TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to jump. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to jump. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to jump. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches.
Cut it. What up? What up? It's what is it? Wednesday? Oh yeah, I forgot we didn't have a Monday show. Is this Martin Luther King week? I can't even fucking remember. This is a short week, right? How's everybody doing out there? Gotta love those fucking goddamn PPI numbers before you get live. Just throw a wrench into things. Look, you guys throwing some bits in the morning. What's going on out here? Shout out to Joe Malomo. The exploit. Did you guys write that? Thanks for everything you do. Yeah, man, no worries. Hope you guys enjoyed that concept call yesterday. Did a, I don't know, we're doing back-to-back weeks, but I did a catch up with some new people, so I wanted a chance for anybody who didn't understand, picking the best of breed assets to understand wave logic first. So we did a rehash of wave logic with some volume concepts. What do you guys think? Do you have a better understanding now of price mechanics? Why we do some of the stuff we do on the show that looks kind of basic but isn't as basic as people think it is. It's pretty funny what people would make an assumption about, right? Because they really can't tell what the fuck we're doing. It looks like we do the same basic thing all the time, but markets are fractal. I guess we should, right? The 7 cardinal sins are behaviors and feelings that inspire further sin. They are typically ordered as pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. I appreciate you, Cruz. All very, I guess you consider negative attributes, to one's persona. Very helpful call last night. Every time when I joined the console call, I learned an extra layer to the logic. Very cool. Could only make the beginning of the call, then the power cut. Oh, that sucks. When the universe is telling you can't be there, you got to be there. I felt the same way. Don't worry, I have my own issues. So, Carstens. Shout out to Kenichi. Appreciate you guys. So good. Definitely saw a big difference. Yo, what the fuck? Is my video really blurry on YouTube? Because it doesn't look like that on my end, but I have a monitor screen up and it doesn't look very good. Is the resolution really fucking bad right now? That doesn't look like what I got on my screen. It looked out of focus for a second. What the fuck? It's blurry as fuck, right? I see that. That's not good. Hang on. I got a backup lens. Fuck. That sucks. One sec. What are the fucking chances? That's some shit right there.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.
Where is it?
Loading 5,
Shit. I have one, but I can't find it. Fuck my life.
3,
Not good.
1. Get ready to
Fuck. The hell is that other backup lens? Shit.
Winternomics. Welcome.
Well, fuck it. I can't find the backup lens. So we're stuck with this. Yo, what is going on here? Actually, this is fucking Streamlabs. Fuck. What the fuck? What do I do here? Ultra. I don't know what to do. This is Streamlabs is fucking having an upload problem. Lime gang. Alright, well, fuck it. We're gonna have to. I don't know what's going on here. Do you think I should like cut the stream and restart it? Or just go ahead and run it like this? It's all blurry. This sucks. This is real market TV, motherfuckers. Don't make no mistake about it. Trust me. This is legit. But Houston, I think we have a problem. Man, the resolution just looks like my asshole. Run it. Alright, well, fuck. It looks fine. Run it. You guys sure? Let's see what my YouTube looks terrible. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. Alright, well, if you guys can see it, I don't know. It's all blurry on my end, but if you guys can see it, high res line. You see high res? I see blurry as fuck. I don't really have my 20/20 vision like I used to. What up, bitches? Well, I wonder why no one takes this show seriously. Alright, so, fuck it. I guess it wasn't the filter. It looks clear to you. I don't know what the fuck. I got a blurry ass fucking monitor screen over here. Alright, well, if you guys can see it, well, fucking, I guess it's lime gan things. Yeah, I didn't need the edit. Alright, fucking, whatever the fuck. Alright, pay attention. Take me seriously. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, really good shit. You guys are peeping stuff. This is the crew in the channel. Look at these really ridiculously mechanical entries. This is what I'm talking about. Can you imagine that this is the average mom and pop? I know you guys aren't old people, but this is the average mom and pop at home, like, you know, making decisions off of market TV and putting out stuff that looks like that. You know, 2 plays for the day, done. You know, done by a couple hours into the day. Somebody here was done in the morning. All these guys were done like in a couple hours or an hour. It was pretty amazing. I can't reach it. Yeah, done for the day in less than an hour. You know, this is actually the level that retail needs to be at to be in a marketplace that has something like Goldman Sachs Sonar Dark. You know, it's not a fair, you know, a level playing field. What's going on in the marketplace? And have intel that's actually usable. You know, there's so many layers to what fucks retail in the market. It's crazy. But this is the vision of a smarter audience. Imagine this is the average retail trader sitting at home that fucking, like, you know, Wall Street's gonna have to tell you, hey, you know, hodl this or hodl that, or CT's gonna have to tell you hodl this or hodl that. You guys realize there's like no way to tell a person, what the hell? Ah, where the hell is it? Sorry. There's no way to tell a person that trades like this to hodl anything. Do you realize that? All the stuff you see in CT where people are like goading you into fucking hanging on to this or that coin, or fucking like you got weak hands or diamond hands. Do you realize everyone who speaks like that has no fucking idea what they're doing? When you can trade like this, trade just mechanical price structure with defined risk and fucking like, in and out clean, taking returns at speeds no one could dream of. If this is all retail, all those degens out there, all those crammers, they can't do any of that stuff. They can't give you buy recommendations, none of that stuff. You guys, all that stuff is designed to just fucking move, masses of human capital around and just transfer fucking wealth. It's the craziest shit that you ever see. Are you guys listening to this? This is really serious shit. God damn it. Anyways, it's fucking crazy, right? Think about all of what you see in retail. It's all that. It's all people basically, poking each other with their emotions, basically invoking many of the sins. It's the craziest thing, right? You ever heard that saying, pride cometh before the downfall of a fool? That's one of our 7 deadly sins, right? And they fucking goad you into fucking holding on to shit. There's no rhyme or reason to it. No defined risk. No idea what the fuck. And that's the broad market. That's Cathie Woods. Think about that, right? You can do this in every resolution of time. Somebody explain what in the fuck Cathie Woods is doing all the way down. What is Cathie Woods doing all the way down the fucking crash when you can define fucking an out? Can anybody make that make sense? If there was anybody, now it's not like fucking there aren't people that trade like this, right? Funds trade with fucking precision. They know what proper risk management is. But why isn't there anybody in the public domain to enforce like action against Cathie for mismanagement of assets, right? She's burned $12 billion on the way down in this crash. Her funds have lost $12 billion. You guys realize that Cathie's like just behind the scale of fucking FTX's losses, right? How is no one shining a light on that? And she's one of a whole bunch of funds in the class of funds she's in. There are about 500 funds in there. They've lost enough to fucking sink a couple of nations from stuff like this. I refuse to invest in energy because I'm about fucking innovative technologies. Lady, are you about making people money? Because when Fed policy shifts, you can't fucking keep doing the same kind of fucking thesis statement against assets that fucking risk profiles massively change with the cost of funds. What the fuck? Actually, what the fuck? But she gets away with it, right? There seems to be nobody smart enough in regulations to fucking say that lady's fucking doing ridiculous shit that an Uber driver could do. She's completely protected by the media, and she's marketed back to fucking retail as like a celebrity, You guys remember when I put this out? Hold on, let's see if I can find this at a speed that's not retardedly slow. Where did I put it? Not that one. Please be this one. Is it that one? Damn it. I have it one here. I know I fucking put ARC on that fucking picture. What the fuck? I swear I don't find all the things that I fucking post. Well, there it is. What's it say? Fucking son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, I totally have ARC on this, and it doesn't show up when I search for it. Dude, some shit's just weird as fucking here. Risk managing. Definitely a thing where it doesn't give me all my charts. There it is. This, right? Where do you think you get somebody like this who's like fangirling hard a lady that loses like fucking, the budget of a few sovereign nations? Dude, you ain't lying, Salty. I can't search for like shit that I clearly have ARC in this chart, and I can't. This is one of the big reasons I like Twitter, is that I use it as a database for what it is. When you hashtag stuff, you should be able to locate things in the system with it, but I can't find fucking nothing. Like, it's literally not pulling things up. It's so crazy. I rely on that, being accurate, and it's clear I can't find all my stuff. But yeah, when I talked about this, when I first posted this was back in April. right? That she has people that are of influence in other spaces that think she's some kind of a genius. Like anybody could fucking cause this to happen. The lady is like literally every other idiot. How can you do this when you guys can fucking where did it go? You guys can do this. How long did it take you guys to learn to start to trade this way versus just holding on to shit hoping it works out? A few weeks, maybe a few months. Kathy's been in the market since 1977. How many cycles has this lady seen, you know? To not have a different approach today at her age. It's actually the craziest shit I've ever seen. And that there's no one that will call it out and fucking enforce any action is mean they allow her to be out there and fucking cannibalize sheep. Yeah, she was an economist, and she was known to be, you know, economists are known to be fucking, you know, terrible at timing. But she's definitely marketed to fucking retail like a genius, you know. Meanwhile, you've got crazy shit going on out here where you can look up stuff like this. There's multiple stories like this. This is just the easiest one I can find fast while I'm live. This is a crazy thing, right? The big bank perfect trading quarters. There is a story for JP Morgan, like not having but 2 losing days in 4 calendar years. Awesome, thank you. You have probably heard now the 4 biggest banks racked up perfect quarters in their trading businesses. You have to know how crazy this is. They did it all at once. All these guys had no losing days for a quarter of a year at the same time. Who's the only person that could feed those guys fucking perfect, you know, non-losing days? It'd have to be us, right? And so that this is even possible, right? Bank of America, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, banks all said in regulatory findings that they had 0 days of trading losses in the first quarter. All at once, and you motherfuckers can't get a good recommendation out of Jim Cramer? This is an insane thing to have ever been made public, and no one go, wait, how is that fucking possible? And where are you getting that money? Right? This is 2010, right? You don't have any idea how much better this shit is fucking in 2023, right? When Goldman Sachs tells you they invented Sonar Dark to basically find everybody remaining in the dark pool, that was the last hiding place in the fucking market. They weren't losing back then. This is why Goldman Sachs, you can literally never predict their earnings. They blow away any estimate because they just make more out of the market than you could ever dream because no one can believe they can do what they're doing. But if you have these guys have AI and every kind of crazy advantage over you right now, it's nuts. But right, these guys also are the same guys who do upgrades and downgrades and tell you, hey, we're upgrading, you know, solar stocks or we're downgrading semiconductors. Meanwhile, they have, you know, trading desks that never miss with algorithms and nonsensical shit that you've never heard of, you know, in the HFT world. But they can't tell you a good stock. Think about that. The guys recommending you all this shitty fucking upgrades and downgrades are perfectly trading on the other side against guess fucking who. And then you've got Kathy's big old penis out there. Shit looks ridiculous when you really think about it, right? Kathy got a big old dick. Kathy got a big old dick. It's ridiculous. There's only 4 names I could think of that common people know as fund managers: Michael Burry, Bernie Madoff, Jordan Belfort, and Kathy Woods. Kind of Kramer too, not the best company. I mean, people know Gerber. There's a couple people follow, but just think of the fact that you can actually see those banks 2010, 13 years ago, and file that they have perfect quarters, and then the same fucking bank has another side, an investment side, advisory side, that is segregated from the trading side that will tell you rubbish. And the trading side is completely aware of what the advising side is telling the fucking crowd. You know, if somebody is halfway intelligent, somebody would be going to jail right now. It's like fucking, but it's nuts. Again, you know, the sheep aren't smart enough to fucking figure it out, right? What's the theme of our show today? Geez, I should be able to do that faster. right? These advisors only need one thing. They can speak with bravado from a position of ignorance and have influence because the audience is just fucking too dumb to fucking know what the fuck. And at the end of the day, it's a zero-sum system. You create a fucking, like, belief in the marketplace, and then these guys use math to fucking turn their qualitative aspects of your behavior into quantitative information and fucking extract fucking equity out of the system from the human capital. It's a mind-blowing thing, but, like, yeah, when you connect all the dots, they're fucking you. The wolves aren't teaching the sheep. The wolves have a fucking puppet that's lying to the sheep, and then they're fucking extracting all the fucking money out of you through the tapestry of the market. It's just no one's smart enough to catch it. Can't be having all this serious convo when we're fucking rocking Lime Gang, bitches. Buffett 2, how could I forget? What is it? Wolves teaching sheep. It's ridiculous. Anyways, so what am I running for time? 9 o'clock. Anybody give me a scorecard? Why does this lime just bob around like this? Just like bobs in the air. Bob, bob. So my filter wasn't blurry. I could have totally kept my fucking show the way it was going. And we got Lime Gang. You guys let me do this. This is serious journalism. You understand? This is what Jim Cramer doesn't deliver. Real market action. All right. Looking for war stories. Do we get any? Oh yeah, it's earnings season right now. Let me check something real quick. Should get some good start to be some Netflix on Thursday. Worth paying attention to them. Morgan Stanley already fucked up. Schwab should have gone off this morning. We care about Netflix so far, and next week should have a good bit more we care about coming in now. So we should start to get some earnings that are market movers. As always, appreciate it. Oh wow, red events. Okay, so last night the BOJ did some actions that pumped their stocks quite heavily. Started buying bonds again, some record pace. Let's see, what do we have? Today is Wednesday. That crazy ass number that's hit us just now was the core PPI. Nothing else we care about today, and nothing else for the rest of the week we care about either. Brainerd speaks from the FOMC. I don't think he's the biggest deal. Lagarde speaking. The ECB president's never said anything too alarming. Swiss National Bank. You kind of keep loose tabs on anybody from the central bank that ever speaks. But so far, all our red events are done for the week, so that's a good thing. All right, let's see. One war story. Burger Tamagotchi. What a nerd. All right, what'd you do? Art sales X ETH plays. Time the sale of a piece of my art as an NFT to receive income as ETH. I then closed the ETH at 30% gain from the start of the sale. That's pretty dope. Not entirely sure how to write the war story for this, but I think we've seen one like this. But I don't think we've seen one like this. No, that's very cool, right? And that's one of the amazing things about, selling art in currencies like fucking crypto, as long as the market's in your favor, of course. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Congrats, Burger. I dig it. That's a good play. Peace making money all around. I like it. Yeah, rest of the day closed out good. Gabriella doing 5 Rs, 6 Rs net on the day, 3 Rs. Definitely what we want to see, right? Look at how mechanical our room looks. This CBET is. All right. Explain Kathy Woods. Explain anybody fucking hodling. Explain CT telling you you got fucking weak hands. This is the only way it makes fucking sense if you're going to survive in a marketplace, right? Defined risk and make more than you lose. I don't know how this is not secretive stuff either to do this, This is like any professional trading team does this. That Kathy can be marketed by CNBC and mainstream to people relentlessly like that is mind-blowing things. You guys are fools. All right. There's another scorecard? Really? Did you just load it while I'm live? Let me look. Oh, true that. All right. First of the year scorecard. Winter bloke, what you got? I don't. What's going on here? Oh shit. What? I am not. Oh, bought, sold. Okay, this is probably an option play. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Have been seeing a great deal of improvement since rejoining Discord and Acolytes. Jumping into the calls for concept, prep, and general combo has really been a game changer for me. Thanks to all who joined. I attached some of the plays I made this week, none of which would be possible without the real Nomics. Cheers. Let's kill 2023. All right. What did you annotate this thing? What is going on here? How did you just do these? Okay. Oh, it's down here. These are crazy. All right. I see it. Diamonds 5 Rs, Qs 7 Rs, Exxon Mobil 11 Rs, and Microsoft 3 Rs. Okay, I was like, what is happening here? I was not getting this. How did you load these pictures in here so crazy? That one makes sense. That's Exxon Mobil. That was cool. That's the Diamonds play. Very cool. I don't know. These charts look nuts, though. How did you do that like this? Let's do like a regular chart, like we normally do. Just a nice, rectangular one. But yeah, good shit, man. I like it. These, I think, were all verticals. I think you did. You said, right? You were doing options on all these. Good stuff. I teach you guys too much. You're not gonna need me anymore, right? No, but see, think about also what we're doing, right? I'm trying to get you guys to a place that you think like you should about how to make decisions, in a market of interconnected assets. But then I'm going to give you the answer so you can take all that excess horsepower and understanding and focus it on execution. That's the real leverage that we try to develop here, with the analyst and audience relationship, is that, we're training a smarter audience that has access to more accurate intel than retail's ever had, to put you in a place to make the kind of choices that give you an actual shot against fucking institutions that 13 years ago could be perfect every fucking day of an entire fucking quarter. That's just to get you up to a place where you can have a chance, and make choices in a place that the average retail trader doesn't know to make, and doesn't understand why they got wicked out the second they touched it and what the fuck is happening, as they hodl themselves into the grave. The market wasn't designed for fucking the crowd to win. It was designed to transfer fucking, value from the human capital hoard they produce at leverage out of them and fund whatever the fuck. We're trying to do something that is not easy to do and get the average retail trader to think like a professional trader and have access to intel that gives them a shot to trade against fucking algorithms that are designed to kill every one of you. So if you guys are enjoying the journey, I hope you are. Definitely not the easiest path. It's probably easier to take a fucking show from some stupid exchange and fire you into it, but this is the road less traveled. So I appreciate everybody's been on this road for how many years we've been doing it. A lot of you career guys that have been here for half a decade or more. I think it's it's a testament to what can be done with a little cooperation. All right, so macro things, and then maybe I get some symbols without running us into the fucking opening bell like always. Let's see. Oh yeah, so everything Canadian looks pretty fucking bullish. That's what I was looking at in currencies. What is this? What chart layout is this? Nomics. Okay, cool. You guys are watching currencies lately. A lot of stuff is moving in there. There's yen things. Yen stuff is crazy overnight. Tell you to keep eyes on this. Remember we drew this up. Did we draw this up on here? I did do this on this show, didn't I? Yeah, somebody asked me this. So, perfect fucking contact, and pump off of this. BOJ came in last night, did some kind of crazy shit in the bond market, and so yens have just been absolutely nuts. The DXY, still watching him. He's extremely weak. Scale up. We tell you keep eyes on this. If you came out the bottom side, pretty perfect. Came out, did one flag against the bottom of the box and rotated off. And like I said, if you watch that would lead to things like Euro USD strength and stuff like that. How cool is that forecast of the rotation for the angle, right? Change of trajectory and rotate to top of this box, right? Locations of monopolized perception, and bounce off the top of that and adjust angles and make a new high, and DXY continues. So pretty interesting. This is also something that's very not common is that you guys have a really strong stock market while you have a strong currency. That's like a best of breed thing in two different worlds that you don't see much. You saw that for the United States when we came out of the trenches of the banking crisis. You saw us have a strong dollar with a strong stock market in the recovery under Obama because we were the strongest thing out there. There was no other substitute to go into anything, not for currency, not for risk assets. And right now we're seeing that happen, to fucking Europe, which I think is pretty interesting to see, right? The CAC, these guys are just fucking missiles. And then they've got a fucking strong currency under the back of it. Like, for any of you Euro traders that become really USA market centric, you're sleeping on your own homegrown opportunity. So don't do that. Like, we talked about it before to watch these guys, the CAC 40 and all these, and they sure enough have been fucking crazy as hell, right? And same with the German 30. Pretty good, right? Good range to pay attention to. And then I think he didn't even flag it. He just fucking blew it right the fuck out. So he's not even, this is crazy too. When you see it like that steep and it's just kind of like adjusting, he's going to correct at some point and do this yellow path. But like, until he like fully breaks down, he's just losing a bit of like his angular momentum, but he's still pushing. So it's pretty nuts to see how strong fucking Europe's been. And everybody only seems to know fucking goddamn Airbus as a company to tell me ask for a fucking stock from Europe. Motherfuckers like Airbus. But yeah, like, fucking Europe is strong, and it's a psychological thing. No one would think like Putin is geographically closer to that region. That's the real worry, and so that's the last place anybody wants to put money. That's exactly where you gotta look. Pretty wild. So SPY things. We'll start back in our market here. SPY stuff. All right. So we're drawing this channel here. See if he did the blue flag. We are gapping right now after PPI. Like, seems right here outside this angle. So we want to pay attention. We peeked out of it once before and collapsed into it. We've been watching this from like an industrial perspective. The industrials are pretty strong, and they'd stayed outside the entire downward channel since November last year, and did a really kind of like a odd little bounce. But it could be a low resolution uptrend if it's going to go up there. He's been a little weak because we've seen this pullback. And this pullback, from this amazing pump on industrials over tech is led to actually a better strength inside of tech in the bounce. So we watched tech down here. Told you this box range, if he didn't get through the low, it'd be risky to fuck with it. This is where it was a good idea to sell it if he broke this down. So he held his range right here, the little box range of volume on the bottom, and we bounced out of it. So in the lowest resolutions, tech is leading it, but overall, it's an industrial-led kind of move, as tech has been like the heavier seller, since the Fed changed policy. So we want to keep that perspective, like, on low res, yeah, tech is kind of leader right now. And, overall industrials is kind of why we see this going on over here. All right, so DXY things, I did that. VIX things. So VIX, healthily through 21, right? Haven't seen that in a while. Nobody jinx it. We're just saying it all nicey nice. Nobody fucking make it mean anything. Let's just take a moment to acknowledge where the VIX is. All right, now shut the fuck up. All right, so now we want to pay attention to this little box range I drew in here. Son of a bitch, not that. If he's to recoil back across this, we care, right? So while he sits under here, the base of this box range I have is like 19. You could go like 1907. He recoils back into this, we give a shit, right? So for right now, this angle we marked on this, he's got a new low. This is the angle too we care about on the VIX. And like we said, the VIX is always kind of like countdown to the apocalypse, right? He only just does this. He only just sets up bull flags that eventually will pump because it captures fucking, market complacency that is cyclical. So this is the only real stochastic thing in markets, right, is our complacency to our fear. And so in time, this will turn into that, So we keep eyes on it, we track it. As long as it's structurally like that, there's stuff that's worth paying attention to on risk assets. Let's see. So that's the VIX. Crypto things. Talked about currencies in the very beginning. BTC rotating out of this. So we talked about this guy, that this has this kind of channel we pay attention to. BTC, though, is really not the leading asset out of this. We talked about LTC leading the whole time, being stronger in the market, and pay attention to things like ETH. ETH had a chance to rotate and arc right back across this big channel and make like a fractal version of the low down here in the summer. Like I told you, right? Like if you're gonna get anywhere near where these guys can think about 3-digit ETH, it's probably gonna destroy it. So it's either not going to do that at all and, hold this low, and this emotion low from fucking the Trolex perfectly created the emotion point for the bottom of this flag. This flag is exactly a fractal of this yellow flag. So right now, that's what we look for, like a possible rotation across it, which is just like that, and see how far it can get. So this is pretty good. It's one of our squiggles that we did for it, and it actually exited on 1423 exactly on that projection. So now we see if we can get to the other volume location, which is from one volume location to one emotional location to another emotional location. This would be the target now to see if we get up here and then what it does. Because until you rotate out the top of this high, until you get out of this yellow bull flag high, right? That's the real move that we hope to see come out of this as a fractal, is that it would be something of the magnitude of what comes off the top of that, right? That's the breakout of that structure. And that's actually the high of this guy. Fractals are funny, right? You like that? So this bull flag leads to the high of the fractal version of itself. So we ultimately like to see it get up here and do something like that off of there. So market looks a little hot, so we have to kind of keep eyes on it, that this isn't just like a dead cat of some sort. But structurally, that looks pretty good. LTC, BTC things, let me think, what chart's that on? LTC, BTC. Right, so keep an eye on this. This was their kind of tell, like crypto definitely showed better relative strength while stocks were getting hit in the face. We saw them hold up pretty good, and then we saw LTC kind of creeping, from October. We talked about it from here when we had, the chart of the dead bodies, that LTC pumping at all is a sign of risk-seeking behavior in crypto, and it was at a really insane fucking point in its historical leg, right? We have this chart in OnlyFans, and that is a huge 2B on the system in March 2017. If it rotated up, this guy was the real differential in risk assets, right? It was the fact that fucking there was any capital flowing here while stocks were getting absolutely just crushed. So this guy, like right now, kind of like captures what we're seeing across a couple things. We're starting to see some like stuff like, Atom BTC stabilize. This guy is basically, he pumps. It's kind of like DeFi tokens. So I'm on a really bad res for that, right? There's been crazy strength in this guy. Just all of a sudden, and DeFi is definitely a tier above LTC in risk-seeking behavior. So it's worth paying attention to some of the stuff you're seeing here if these guys actually keep on pushing like that. So I did currencies at the beginning. DXY, VIX. Okay, what am I at? Shit, 916. All right, I got 4 minutes to entertain you guys and find some of your symbols. Tell me what you got. What do you want? Oh, you got them up there already. J Squid doing symbols? No shit. Miss Cardinal Health and MCD. Okay. All right, let me see how fast I can get these. This Chipotle. Well, food has looked pretty good. I think he looks better. Looking at that guy, you look at that versus, CMG. I think he's bullish, and you probably keep track of. But I don't think he's best of breed in food right now. I think we could all see that. But I think if you look at him in total, actually probably worth isolating this right here. All right, so he did a 2B on this. So everything's blue. I think that's kind of ugly, but stop running this, leading up like that. If the rest of the food carries, he'll eventually carry upwards. he's safest to play just leaving the overall high of this thing. But getting on top of this range might actually give you something. If the rest of the food is strong, it's probably worth paying attention to that guy. TOU. Minerals, oil, and gas production. Wow. Almost a perfect retest on that, right? Nah, it's a perfect retest. So that's kind of what you want to see to throw people off of this that like leaned into it when it was pushing here, didn't have any chill, correct against them. Don't know if it has to stay above the level. It might be able to do something like that, dip and fuck people one more time, and then before it comes up and then pulls a move like that. I think if you just as long as you whatever you do, you want it to be above here. So something like that. All right, that's 2 TSX, RVI, Russian VIX. I don't have the other chart for it right now. Where did I put anything else? RVI. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's what we're watching. So we forecasted probably fucking one more pullback. The VIXs that we see over here are falling down. So the VIXs correlate kind of generally like in your major world markets. So we're pulling down right here with our VIX in this marketplace. Let's see, put VIX on the VIX. All right, he's got a good correlation to our VIX. So we're watching this in tandem with the same angle we're watching in our own VIX, right? That's not that chart, this chart. So that same thing we're watching in the RVI. Ah, son of a bitch. Always the worst to have these charts broken up. So, global risk is kind of correlated. So we're going to keep track of this. This turns up in Russian VIX. It's going to turn up here also. FSLR, solar's been looking really good. We talked about this to pay attention to it. So is this the only FSLR chart? FSLR? Yep. Weekly, where are we at? So been watching this guy for a while in the show. We tracked this entire box and called this rotation out for solar. Gave you guys this bull flag on top, and then just pay attention. Total clean system break, and then a flag up here if you got it. Flag happened really fucking fast, and he's out again. So still heading for that. Our target was to get up to this next major high in the wave down, and then structure out something in that box that lets you make another plan. So he should make another flag up here and then give you a chance to do something, some kind of congestion there. So that's solar as a whole. We told you to pay attention to tan. Right, these guys on macro look really crazy. It's an energy crisis everywhere, right? Everything's fucking up. That's energy looks kind of similar. So uranium looks similar, fucking solar looks similar. You should be paying attention to lots of these guys, right? So there's definitely a lot of guys in the space that are worth being on your radar right now. That guy looks like he is boink, yeah, worth paying attention to. Stop it. Damn, there's a lot of symbols, guys. What the fuck? 921. I'm not doing bad. Cardinal, Apple. I think that's what you're watching, Apple. Like I said, I don't think tech is like where you want to be right now. We drew this before. Flag down, flag down. I thought this was a place for him to trench and possibly rotate. He's basically dipping into the previous system. So you know how we like to look at like good accumulations of volume. Right here we can see that this is pretty much the place you want to see him supported, right, by all the congestion he's got here. If you can hold that, he comes through the top of this because tech isn't strong, but rotates back up from this. It's worth paying attention to. But again, he's not your best of breed assets, right? There's a lot of stuff that looks a lot better. If you start looking at like energy and things like that, the market looks really, really crazy right here. And a lot of people are not looking at like fucking, oil anymore, but oil's extremely fucking bullish and no one's fucking looking at all, What chart do I have this motherfucker on? CL1 exclamation point. Not this one. Well, that's a basic chart. Where's my oil chart? CL1 exclamation point. So remember, we're tracking this angle from the flag right here, and he actually contacted it. So if oil's like gotten off people's radar pretty good, but it might be time to pay attention to some of the stuff going on in this space again. So I think, yeah, Winterblog said he hit ExxonMobil because he's bullish as fuck. ExxonMobil, not that. Where's my graph for that guy? Yeah, remember we had graphed that guy for you too. So there's a lot of stuff going on here in energy that no one's watching, and it looks good from fucking solar to fucking dirty. Shout out to I'm Robbie, appreciate the bit, sir. Cardinal Health, Mickey D, CHH. Cardinal Health is big cycle chart. This isn't your OnlyFans. Remember we did this guy according to the liberal and conservative shifts in the White House, and we told you under like liberal liberal leadership you get lots of funding to social programs, and people at Cardinal Health benefit from that. So that's what you've actually seen here. Is like literally as soon as Biden's term took office, you get a rotation on this really mega cycle bull flag. I think you're watching this right now. He's gotten here. This is just a thing to show you how far he got. Pumped out like that, right? This is a good steep markup. So cock and balls dictates we probably like looking for the balls, right? Been a while. Been a while since we dropped some balls on the show. Oh, make them nice and blue. Mickey D's, we just talked about that 5 seconds ago. Right, box range on the hot system high. Look for a bull flag in that, just like we talked about in the last asset. There it is. And like I said, he's one of the stronger guys in food that you're watching when that guy catches strength again. Tesla looks like my asshole. That's not the chart we're using for Tesla. Tesla is over here. So the box range we talked about watching, right? Right, we have one local shockwave here, one here, one here. This was the most likely range for Tesla to put on the brakes. He did a 2B on the range, and this is the bounce you're getting across the range. So if anybody paid attention to this, I gave you guys a pretty good line in the sand to watch, and then he did a 2B on it. So he bounces as far as the market can take him right now. So he's got decent strength coming off the lows. But yeah, that was a knife catch and a half. If anybody paid attention to this one, we definitely set that one up for you guys to be able to use this range and make a play off of it. So it's kind of a low resolution thing. Trojan Mom, you'd have to just keep your eyes on it. Like, right now is what you're watching. He's very much like, if you back up on him, he's very much likely doing a bear flag on you here. But how far this bear flag on low resolution can trend up with the market bounce, as far as market bounce goes, and VIX down here, he was pretty oversold pretty hard. So that's what you're watching right now. And a lot of people got margin called out the fuck down here. So it can carry. If you've got to play in this, just, play it tight. ExxonMobil, did I just say that one? Big res things, like energy stuff. So I think I just said that. Yeah. You're just watching, looking for a flag up on top of the system like he is here. This is all through it, right? This is all janky. This is what we want, is something like clean like that. So you got that right now. And it looks good in a few places, right? What am I at? 926. All right, bitches. I'll do one more. USD COP. Is this the... We had this one. This is the Colombian peso. I love when we get Latin American foreign currencies. Nobody asks this stuff. So I think we looked at this before and projected like right off the top of this guy. It's been a while. So we have a box range here. He was probably inside here. So he came up, right? You look for that right on top of the high. You look for some kind of like structure that happened up there. He did one like that, and then he's pushed out. So now you're kind of tracking this. The US dollar is a little weak right now. We do see that with the DXY and the euro. So that's kind of the pullback you're seeing right now at the moment. But as far as Latin American currencies go, they're just generally not going to ever really be stronger than, first world currencies. So it probably is a trend that likely continues in time, right? All these things tend to discontinue in time. I can't remember that one. Azuki.eth. I don't have time to grab another chart setup. I'm going to have to cut it there. I would like to have gotten Azuki. Looks pretty fucking awesome, but it's 9:27. I don't have time to get over and grab another chart layout. Motherfucker, I got to do it. NFT charts. Hurry up. Where the fuck is it? Azuki. Hurry up, bitch. Where you at? Fuck it. Azuki.eth. Is this in dollars? What's that? It's an ETH. Okay. Confounded Jackson. Trying here. Where the fuck is the damn line thing? Nobody asked enough NFTs. I gotta get it here when I can. Watching that right now, strong as fuck. They have like Doge-like level fucking like positivity in that community. It's an intangible people don't really value. And one of the things that created the big differential in performance between them since May and fucking CloneX. CloneX, you know, became extremely toxic and fucking they have literally gone fucking straight down since then. And these guys were shit on by CloneX and everyone, you know, flooding Zag, and you know, have actually, you know, proven the test across the test of time, you know, a better breed of asset. So it structures out right now the way he's looking. You know, don't undersell the real fucking amount of people that are behind anime in fucking Asia. You know, I mean, you've got probably 600 million fan base, twice the United States population, that fucking is a possible market for this stuff. So I think you can't fucking you can't ignore it. So he breaks out of this flag here. I think, you know, you pay attention to him if he has a chance to. The fuck. All right, that's it, bitches. Too much time. But yeah, I think it's possible. He can keep on tracking and eventually challenge his highs up here. Right. All right, bitches, that's it. 9:29. Get your asses to work. Catch you on the flip, motherfuckers. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome